Hello, everyone, and this is Reggie with A Team Appliance, and I decided, glare, to go with my real glasses, um, broadcasting live, right? Because I know usually, this is an appliance repair channel, and I'm in the shop, got the A Team shirt on, all that. Today I am poolside with my kids, and I've been trying to get on here on Saturdays, and it's been tough. So I've decided to mix the two, right? Work and pleasure. So um, that's why today's topic is about being self-employed and the freedoms that we get from being self-employed. And if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up or something, so I make sure you guys can hear me and I'm not talking in vain. Sometimes you don't know how these things work. And I get to enjoy the pool in my subdivision, which I'm usually just staring at as I'm driving by in my work truck. um, but this is Saturday. This is one of those freedom clients flipping, repairing lawnmowers or starting a restaurant, whatever. This is one of the sacrifices that we make, right? Self-employment isn't easy. It's nice sitting by a pool, but we do a lot of hard work to get here. I got the thumbs up. All right, cool. That means you can hear me. So we do a lot of hard work to get here. Dragging washing dryers off of the curb, cleaning out dirty refrigerators, if you're flipping refrigerators. And it's all the grunt work we do, going to people roach infested houses. At the end of the day, this is where it's at. So if you guys have any questions about the business, feel free to put them in the comments. This is, any questions about self-employment, any questions about washer and dryer repairs, feel free to put them in the comments and I will answer them. Anything, any suggestions, any discussions, topics you guys might have, feel free to leave in the comments. But it's been a long journey. I've been at it since 2010, and basically how my self-employment journey started was I was in finance in the automotive business, six-figure income, flashy lifestyle, driving high-end cars, wearing suits to work every day, always kept manicured, fingernails, manicured, manicured, or shirt and ties. But I was in a rat race regardless. It felt good, looked good, but I was in a rat race, man. Still worked for somebody. Worked for Ford Motor Company in finance. I did every aspect of it. I was in that business for about 13 years. Did finance as a finance manager, automotive dealership, financing people, getting people to pay more money than they probably wanted to, convince them to buy something they came in to buy. And kind of got tired of rat race, got tired of working for people, got tired of, general managers being hired, coming in with their crew. You're losing your job for no reason other than you're not, one of their friends or whatever. Doing good, being successful, having people jealous of that, even people that worked above you and all that good stuff. I'm sure you all know about this stuff. And self-employment, you're the boss, I like to say actually the customer is the boss, but there's no BS, man. There's no political games with people. There's no, somebody hates your tie that day and they want to give you a hard time. It's none of that, right? So share in the comments, man, some of the professions you guys, if you're already in the business, share in the comments your profession. What up? Up North Sales, how's it going? Hope you're not in the snow. It's like a lot of rain up there, right? So, put in the comments, man, if you guys are, in whatever profession you're in now, if it's self-employed or if you're working for somebody, if you're trying to get out, or if you're in the business now, what you did before you got into the business. Let's hear some of your stories. But yeah, it's crazy, man. But self-employed, the only person that can fire you is yourself or your customer, right? And the good news is if a customer fires you, the next customer is going to hire you, right? So it's always temporary work. You're always broke not broke, but you're always unemployed after you're done with the job, right? You go on to the next job. So that's kind of how it works, but it's beautiful, right? And if it's slow, it's like, you kind of, I felt I blame it on myself, right? If it's slow and I make the money I want to make, not because you're not taking the work. It's like you're just figuring out the market, right? Because sometimes you want to work and the work might not be there, but you got to figure out the market, right? You got to figure it out. And you can't blame who's in office, who's president, who's in none of that, right? You got to figure out how more people can know who you are. So don't forget to give a thumbs up, man, so we can help with the YouTube algorithms, or just because you feel this is helpful information and you like to spread the word. So if you're just now jumping in, again, I'm at Poolside talking about one of the benefits of being self-employed and the things we get to take advantage of. And one of it is being poolside on a Saturday with my kids, right? So just want to help anybody out there that's on the fence about taking the leap into self-employment. This is one of the benefits, man. Again, I was in a car business for 13 years plus, so that's when you get the count. And I never had a Saturday off, man. And so somebody that's never worked, that's never had a Saturday off, you appreciate Saturday and weekends more. If you work a job where you get like 1 day off a week, 2 days off a week, when you get self-employed, you get to set your own schedule. You appreciate days off. So it's awesome. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, guys. Appreciate you. If you have any questions, let me know. We're here. So I guess we're gonna talk. I usually show a tool or something like that on my live. So I'm gonna show a tool that is important in the appliance business. These are some. My wife bought these for me as a gift. You can get them on Amazon. I think these came off of Wish. So if you ever went on Wish.com, people always talk bad about them because it takes like a month to get your stuff. But it's kind of changed now. You get them a little faster. But yeah, this is Bluetooth, man. So these are Bluetooth. These are awesome when you're inside a machine working on something, and you can listen to your music or podcast or YouTube channel. If you want to repair and you're like, man, you don't want the customer to hear that you're trying to look up how to fix their machine. Boom. You can listen to it and have your phone in a discrete area. That's pretty awesome. So I did at a store. Okay, so up North Auto Sales. Amazing as a solo gig, but I had a store in 2016 2017, had 2 full-time people, close about a year later because after all the expenses, no money left to me. Now I'm back into it, just me from my home. Side hustle, cliches. Yep, yeah, bro. Yeah, man. So that's another thing too, man. We talk about a lot is overhead, right? Like I was always searching for a store front, right? And the numbers never made. Like to me, I want to be making the money before I spend it. So like, case in point, there's these guys. So when I used to drive past them leaving my house, and they had a storefront. And this older shopping place, they haven't been paying much for a lease. I mean, I would say no more than like $1,200, maybe $1,500 at the most from that location. But it was a storefront, and they were new in town. They came in from North Carolina, and I went in there. I always try to like talk to people that's in the business. I try to stop by appliance stores, especially like the mom and pop looking ones, to see if we can help each other, right? Say, hey, and man can come in here and buy some parts from you, like a transmission if I'm in a pinch, if I need a knob, instead of going to the parts store and paying $20, I can come and give you like $5 for the knob or something. I mean, a lot of times they come in the back anyway, but to throw away. And so I was talking to these guys, and man, it was just like that. We just automatically programmed, hey, we want to be a business. Let's go lease a storefront. Let's hire receptionists. Let's do this, and make, kind of spin it before we got. Not saying this is what you did, up North Auto Sales. What's up, TW? But it's like, hey, I just couldn't make a store make sense, man. So what I did was I actually got a storefront inside an antique store. So this is a nice, it wasn't like a flea market. It was an antique store. It was labeled a flea market, though. It was antique/flea market, but it was more of an antique store. And I got a nice big space in there. I think it's at least like 15 by 15 or something like that, or 15 by 20. and I was paying $300 a month. I recently just closed that too, though, because that's my inventory and is better working out of the garage is always at the end of the day the best route to go. But I was at a point. Only reason I got it is because I was renting storage spaces, and I was like, oh hey, this place can be a storage place, so I treat that as storage. And thank you, TW, appreciate you. And so this storage place, so anyway, I treat it as a storage space, right? But it was the best of both worlds. I had space, I decorated, it looked pretty nice. And I decorated it. If you look me up, A-Team Appliance, it'll probably show up under Google. It was nicely decorated, and they had employees. So they had employees there that will actually load this stuff for customers. And so it was all I basically did was drop my machines off, send customers in there, and they'll pick stuff up. But most of my customers bought offline, and I just delivered directly. That's really my niche, right? But every once in a while, I want to come see it first. I don't trust stuff online, people, and so they represent like maybe 1 or 2% of your sales for me anyway. And so, but yeah, it was low overhead, man. $300, and they had to pay employees and nothing. And so I found that as an asset. But I just found it very, very difficult to have a storefront. But it's possible. But the key to a storefront really is to have inventory, man. To have a steady flow of inventory. I'm like truckloads coming in, but it's tough because you got to get them cheap, man. So if you got like a source of cheap inventory bulk, or you got a guy that can go out and just grabs inventory, or you got scrap guys. Okay, up north, man. Appreciate you, brother. You have a great weekend. But if you have scrap guys, whatever, a good source of inventory, that's the key to having a storefront, in my opinion, right? And then also not paying a lot, right? And stay away from that mantra of you got to spend money to make money, man. Make money before you spend it. I got people all the time say, "Oh man, I gotta get an LLC. I gotta do this, gotta do that. Get a name and business card." No, man, make your money and buy that stuff with your profits, man. All that stuff would be cool. Like, you don't want to get in trouble with like the state and nothing like. They understand you starting your business up. You gotta, you're good. So anyway, anybody that's new that just came into the channel, the live chat, I'm here at Poolside talking about one of the benefits of self-employment, flipping washers and dryers. That's the way I do it. But if you have a different way, I'm sure you do. Just share it with us. But this is one of the benefits of self-employment and having a flexible schedule, man. Here on a Saturday at Poolside with my kids, at my subdivision pool that I'm driving past all the time, wishing I could be here. I'm grinding, right? But it's by choice. So it's nice to work hard by choice. See what I'm saying? Do I do in-home? TW wants to know if I do in-home repairs. Yes, I do. Again, they say you don't want to put your egg in one basket, right? But kind of we are in one basket, but we're as many baskets inside our appliance flipping basket. So yeah, I do in-home repairs. I started off flipping washers and dryers, and then moved to repairs to supplement the slow periods we might have, right? I'm not leaving no money on the table. But the in-home repairs I basically focus on layups, right? Layups mean, play basketball term, layups, easy baskets. And so if it is like a big bearing job, I wish I had somebody that could flip these things too, but it's hard that's been a lot of work too. That's some work. So, yep. So I'm not looking for a debate. Are you the one that I was commenting on about the high limit fuses? Incel 1961. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was like, is he trying to debate me or is it, I don't know what he's doing. So, yeah, so you see TW, man. TW says, that's where the money is. It's steady cash flow. I hate flipping appliances because sales are very spotty. Yeah, you got to do both, man. It's been times in my career that I was like, man, I hate delivering washers and dryers. But then there'll be times like, oh, I love it because you just drop it off and you go, right? And then sometimes I hate repairs. I'm like, oh man, it'd be nice to just drop this off, get my money and leave, right? And I got to sit here for an hour, try to figuring out what's going on. It's got kind of issue. So it allows you to cherry pick. So you get to cherry pick when it comes to if you do both, right? If you flip washers and dryers, or you do repairs, because there are seasons for both, right? There are times where, hey, 1 week flipping might be slow for you. Then another week repairs might be slow for you, or sometimes both of them are popping off. do both, but I cherry pick my repairs. So I'm like, hey, if it ain't easy, I don't even, not that I can't do it. I just don't, I'm not with being at somebody's house for an hour no more, or being somebody's laundry room slash driveway to get more, to have more room to repair, to take out a cabrio tub, putting, doing bearing replacements and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm at a point where I just comes to repairs, even flipping. I do layups, man. If I get project, if I still get like, if I get like a project machine, and I'll just part it out, scrap it. 'Cause I don't do project. It's too many. Again, you can cherry pick so much, So it depends. So that's a nice thing about it. You have options, right? Or if it's slow, hey, I'll go ahead and do those harder ones, right? So, um, yeah, he said that TW said the appliance game is strong, multiple streams of income. Okay, so Ansel wants to continue a debate we had in the comment section on one of my videos. But it's the cycling thermostat that determines when the heating element turns on and off. Okay, yes, right? So the thermostat, so because I know sometimes people use different names for things. So there's the thermostat that's on the heating element. Let's say Whirlpool, right? Yes, that does. I don't dispute this. I don't know why it's an issue, but yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it turns off the heat element at a certain temperature. And then when it cools to a certain temperature, it turns it back on to regulate the heat. So I call it our heat regulator because of that. But it regulates the heat. Yes. But you can hear it snapping on and off because it's a bimetal in there. So that's how it has certain temperatures, right? Because there's a bimetal that bends at a certain temperature, snap, and then disconnects the power, right? Um, so yes, I agree. There's no debate, brother. Samsung dryer heating element, money, money, money. Yeah, usually for Samsungs, man, I find the belt pulley is money. 'Cause that thing always go. Hang on, the queen is calling me. Huh? Are you leaving? Okay, my family's leaving. I'm gonna hang out for like another 10 minutes. Until somebody comes down to the pool. Huh? Okay. Okay. They're leaving. We're gonna head home. I'll leave in like 10 minutes though. We went to again, the beauty of the business. We went to New Orleans last week. Stayed a week there. Brought home some frog legs, man. I'm gonna throw them on the grill. Delicioso. So huh? No, I'm not making fun of you. That's about our New Orleans trip. The frog legs. Only thing I'm talking about. Heating elements, money. Yep. Yeah, so I like the belt pulley, man. Those Samsungs, the belt tensioner, man, that's some money right there. That's those things always squeak, 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 or rumbling, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, heat elements too, though. You can get, especially because the heat elements, man. The heat elements, you can get good money on heating elements. Yep, idler pulley, money. Do I do dryer vent cleaning? Yes, if it's on the other side of the wall. But if it's like a complex, if there's any turns whatsoever, I don't touch it. I've learned my lesson from that. Because again, I take one of those bristle brushes you get with the extension and it's flexible. You push it, you shove it down in there. So I did that one time on one that was, thank God I was able to fix it. But it was one that, it was kind of weird. It went into the wall, down, and then out. And I shoved that thing in there and it disconnected it behind the wall. And I was able to it took me a long time, but I was able to like move it around to fix it. And yeah, because what happens is if it turns, if there's a turn in there and you shove your tool in there, the brush in there, even though it spins and everything with your drill, that if that thing disconnects, you gotta tear the wall apart to reconnect it. Yeah. So I'm not trying to do drywall work, right? And so I think what will happen is a actual professional will, people that professionally clean dryers, dryer vents behind the wall. I think that's what they actually do, is actually disconnect it. And some of them too, I've seen, like even in new construction, I've seen them put the accordion ones, like the cheaper ones, behind the wall, and that's got to be against fire code. That should be metal. And I've seen that happen too. And then so you put your brush in there, that's going to rip it if it's in the wall, and you have a bigger issue. And you can't. And plus, that's not something like I know some guys are just like they're making mistakes and they're kind of cover up their tracks and leave. That's something. If it's not fixed, it'll bite you in the butt, man. Because that thing will the heat will stay behind the wall and the fuses will blow and all that stuff. I do commercial and residential dryer repair, money in it. Oh yeah, that commercial stuff. The only thing is like commercial. Probably your money is. Hey, Jerome Hanna said it. Jerome. So with commercial, where's your money at? Is your money in um like hotels, laundromats? I can imagine because I'm looking to buy a laundromat. I've been like trying to buy a laundromat for years now. I'm trying to find a good deal on one, and I know it's a lot of those guys. Like even like a lot of owners, they don't fix their machines, and I can imagine they're either being cheap or over quoted because people feel like it's a business, so they can charge more. If you're in any Facebook groups, you see how bad some people in our business are, right? Um, so I just wonder. Let me know. Trying to go down the questions here. No, it's the thermostat on the motor housing, not the heating element. The one on the motor housing, I usually motor housing. You mean where the fan is? The motor housing. So you're talking about a high efficiency dryer, not the standard dryers. About the thermostat on the motor housing. The only one I've seen is the one that's on the fan, but those rarely ever go bad. I don't know what we're talking about. Vent dryer vent cleaning can be its own business, but I can do a lot of them. It's great money. Again, multiple streams of income. Yeah, man. Dryer vent clean because I outsourced mine. Like I don't even know the guy, but I seen a guy one time on the highway had a truck that said vent doctor, and it was just a picture of a dryer. Like that's his sole business. This dude had a very high end, professionally grafted van with vent cleaning, and I was like, if that's his business, he's got to be good at it. So I'm gonna refer that guy. Never met him a day in my life. I always send customers to him, and but yeah, vent cleaning is that's good money, man. Especially like with I'm gonna do a video too. I'm still working on it, man. On doing a video with cleaning the vent going through the roof because I'm sure you can upcharge for that because it sounds hard. Like, oh man, it's through the roof, you can't access it. But you go in the attic, right? You just take the pipe off and boom, everything is right there. You don't even got to climb on the roof. And good money, right? You charge extra for that, especially being in a hot attic. I mean, those would definitely be like evening or early morning appointments here in Georgia, anyway. I'm not being in no hot attic. Not in the summer, anyway. Be careful at the pool. It's about to storm. Hey, you in Cobb? Okay, yeah. Say, hey, if you come out to go in that, man, I can see you some work, bro. And so he said, yeah, Kyle, it's about to storm here too. I hear it, but it hasn't came because I was gonna go out my boat, man. I was gonna do some fishing. And I was like, man, I know as soon as I get my boat in the water, it's gonna be pouring down. That's how it works, right?